Copay and Nidec Minster welcomes you to this broadcast of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Boys Sectional Final Basketball Tournament on NKTelco Sports. We're at the Palace of Coldwater High School, where the Minster Wildcats will take on the Marion Local Flyers. Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sydney Allglaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, NKTelco, all bringing you tonight's game between Minster and Marion Local. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and with me tonight, Greg Burning. A couple of longtime rivals, the Minster Wildcats, probably coming off for one of their biggest wins of the season in a victory over Ridgemont in convincing fashion, 66-39, and they were hot on the threes, Greg.
Yeah, if you can come out and make 14 threes in a ball game, your chances of winning are pretty good. Obviously, they won in big fashion, had some big performances. They're going to need that again tonight here to play a very good Marion Local team. They're going to need a lot of good play out of their freshman guard, second team all district, Brogan Steffi. And Johnny Nixon's going to have to be big in the paint, as he's going to go against one of the biggest guys in this area, going against Kanapke down low. It's going to be a battle, and he's going to have to make some big plays for Minster to stay in this ball game.
And you take a look at their opponents, the Marion Local Flyers, 19-4 on the season. They have put together a really, when you look at their record and the games that they played, this is a very good Marion Local Flyer team that's capable of making a pretty deep run in the tournament.
Yeah, and the thing you love about Marion is they're good, solid offensively, but their defense is very good. They're very scrappy, they're very physical, and along with that, there's good size and length. And you know, when your coach, not to kill one of our keys, but when your coach says to not just play good defense, he wants you to play great defense, then you know that an expectation there is to just really get after it, and that's what they do. They're a tough team to play against.
So we've got an interesting matchup, Minster and Marion Local here in the sectional finals. The winner moves on to the district. Right now we'll have our national anthem. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports. Back here at the Palace in Coldwater, Minster and Marion Local about to do battle. As we're just about to introduce the rosters for these two squads. Minster and Marion Local, the Flyers the higher seed, the home team on our scoreboard here tonight. Flyers come into tonight's game 19-4. When you take a look back at their only losses, we'll get to that here in just a second. They're going to introduce the non-roster players for the Minster Wildcats, or rather the non-starters, the roster squad for the Wildcats. So let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight for the Minster Wildcats.
Thanks, Dave. First for Minster, they need to handle Marion local physicality defensively. They talked about how they really get after it, and it's going to really be a big challenge for Minster tonight. Also handling Kanapke on the block. He's a big dude. He likes to work hard in the paint, and he's going to make, as I mentioned before, he's going to make Nixon work real tough inside there, and then to also have a strong floor game, handle the pressure, get some good shots. They got a couple freshmen out there at the guard spot that play a lot of minutes. They're going to have to handle this great environment here tonight.
They're introducing the non-starters for the Minster Wildcats. They quickly run them off here at the Palace as they go over to greet Marion local coach Kurt Gautamiller, who ironically is a teacher at Minster.
Yes,
and the head basketball coach at Marion local. Around here, we don't think much about it, but it is a little bit ironic when you think about it.
Yeah, most of these guys that he's shaking hands with right now are students in his classroom. I believe he teaches history and math at Minster.
And now the Marion local non-starters. So let's take a look at the keys for the Marion local Flyers tonight, Greg.
I talked about it before. Coach Gautamiller expects his defense to not just be good, to be great. So play great defense, rebound the basketball. They usually don't have too much trouble with that because they've got good size. And then aggressively, and I don't think he means just defensively, but if his team can be aggressive offensively, they're a lot to handle and a very good ball team, hence the 19-4 on the season.
And all our keys tonight, all brought to you by the folks at Keyhole Pizza. And now, starting lineups, all brought to you by Sydney All Glaze Audiology. They'll alternate the starters here in this sectional tournament game. There you see Brady Ronnebaum for the Flyers. Austin Wellman was out on the floor there for the Wildcats. Brogan Steffi, a freshman, outstanding player for the Wildcats, number 12. Number 11, Jaden Mesher, a junior. Number 14, Devin Webker. Number 12, Tate Hess, a junior. Two juniors and a sophomore in the Marion local starting lineup, along with two seniors. There you see number 20, Johnny Nixon. He's the one of two seniors in the starting lineup for Minster. Number 22, Peyton Adi, a senior for the Flyers. And number 22, James Niemeyer, a freshman. Wildcats start two freshmen, Steffi and Niemeyer. All of our starting lineups here tonight brought to you by Sydney All Glaze Audiology. And number 33, Jack Kanapke, a sophomore. Boy, I tell you, you look at this Marion local team and the development of number 33, the sophomore inside, has really been an important factor in this squad this season. Yeah, no doubt. Like, the size is one thing, but like you said, his play has matured defensively and offensively. And, you know, we see a lot of that around here, I feel like, in this area, and we're kind of spoiled by it to understand and see the growth of these young men. And it's great to see as their season develops and the freshmen become sophomores, basically, and in his case, a sophomore turning into more of a junior. And the Flyers will have the first possession of tonight's game. Hess will have it. He'll get it back over to Mesher. Mesher back over to Ronnebaum. Wildcats going to try and do some double team here in the opening minutes of play. Back over it goes to Hess. He looks to go inside into Kanapke. He'll try and move on the baseline. Stopped there by Nixon. Back to the corner it goes to Hess. Short jumper, Tate Hess. Averages 9.1 points per game, and the junior with a sweet jump shot puts the Flyers up 2-0. I like the aggressive play by Minster defensively there, trying to do something a little different, change the pace of the game for Marion to try to force a turnover. They almost got it on that first possession, but give Hess credit. Makes a nice little runner in the lane to get the Flyers off to a good start. Wellman gets it inside to Nixon. Nixon will work on Kanapke. Nixon turnaround jumper, and Johnny Nixon, 6'4" senior, connects. Yeah, I talked about it a little bit in the pregame. That's going to be a great matchup. Nixon, a little more experience, obviously, a little bigger, a little thicker, very athletic. It'll be a great matchup and a battle between him and Kanapke, I think, this whole ball game. Brady Ronnebaum Out in front of the Minster student section, back over to the right side it comes, and Hess. Hess will try to go to the free throw line, back out to Adi. Flyers will be patient. Mesher out front, and there's a foul. That's going to be on number 14, Devin Webker.
Yeah, if you hung around for the other game that was played before this, you got probably a little jet lag right now because...
Oh, this is jet lag all the way, man.
the St. Anthony New Bremen game pace was like flying in a jet.
Oh, baby.
This is more like a little two-seater coming down the runway. It's a little slower.
Kanapke inside. Adi gets the assist.
Yeah. Great feed by Adi there. Up top where the big man can handle it, and a good start and finish.
Feels like a MAC tournament. That's all it does.
Yes, it does.
You're playing ball. These kids have been doing it since the early grades in the Midwest Athletic Conference. Well familiar with everyone.
And I'm just glad, unlike last year, we're able to get everybody in the building and have a good time and let these young guys play some high school sports.
Nixon going inside on Kanapke, off the glass, no good. Boy, and just like the first game, there was no foul called.
That's right.
Let them play. Adi will have it out front. He gets it to Mesher. Back over to Hess. Tries to move inside. He'll get it back out to Mesher inside Kanapke. That's where they want it. Double team by Minster. Back out front, and they'll work it around. Adi will work into the lane. Left-handed shot, no good. Off the back. Kanapke's tip, no good. And the rebound. The freshman, James Niemeyer, across the timeline. Inside. Webker's shot, no good. Ball tipped away. Up court quickly. Here comes Tate Hess. Hess trying to work his way inside against Nixon. Flips it up to Kanapke, puts it up. Whistle. And we're going to have a stop and play, and that may go against Johnny Nixon.
Yeah, it does, and that's Nixon's first foul. If you're Minster, that is one guy that has to stay on the floor for sure to combat against Kanapke in the paint.
Out front, Hess, or rather Ronnebaum, excuse me. Back over to Mesher. Mesher, short jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to the Wildcats. Up court quickly they come. Nice feed, short jumper Nixon, no good. Battle for the rebound. Kanapke will grab it.
A missed opportunity there for Minster. Johnny Nixon had great position against Ronnebaum. You got to finish that one in the paint.
Nice defense by the freshman Niemeyer. As Hudson Rose will come into the lineup for Marion Local, 6'4" senior.
If you're Minster right now, you got to be pretty happy with your position. You're 4.5 minutes left in this first quarter. You've done a nice job of controlling the tempo, and you've made Marion take some tough shots outside of outside of Jack Kanapke's hands, and really kept yourself in the ball game. It's only a 4-2 game, and they've gotten some pretty good looks.
Webker, a little bit of three magic left for the Wildcats.
Nice stroke there from Devin Webker.
They take the lead 5-4 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard with 3:57 to go. Opening quarter play, sectional finals.
Amazing what a little confidence will do for you as far as making shots. And boy, you talked about the contact. There was some more, and somehow I think that was Adi that came out of that pile initially, but either way missed the shot.
And the 6-foot Wellman pulls it down and gets it out. Inside it goes. Shot blocked there. Steffi tried to take it inside. Jade Mesher will come back into the lineup. Take a look at that one more time on our Winners Quality Meets replay. Steffi. Ooh.
I think
there was no contact there.
That's right. I think you said it all right there. He'll know when he goes back down in there later.
That was a clean one. Nixon's got it at the free throw line. Back over in the right side, it goes to Steffi inside Nixon. Shot doesn't go, and Hudson Rose says, hey, I got the rebound.
Yeah, another good look there for Minster that you'd like to convert Johnny Nixon at point blank range. And boy, they missed one there for Kanapke. He was making a big wide position. They still get it to him.
Kanapke's shot.
We got a foul there against number 24, Hudson Rose, as he came over to try to get the rebound against Johnny Nixon.
Ronnebaum will come back in. Kanapke just looked a little mechanical in that move and didn't get the ball up, and Minster was able to read it. Here come the Wildcats. They've got a 1-point lead here. Sectional finals. Winner moves on to the district. We saw St. Henry earlier tonight pull out the 6-point lead over the top seed New Bremen. Turnaround Nixon.
And that was a pretty move there by Johnny Nixon for his second bucket.
Left-handed shot, just so nice and soft, and it's a 7-4 Minster lead.
It makes you wonder a little bit. Nixon's playing defense behind Kanapke, and there aren't many guys in the league that can pull that off. But he physically has the size to do it. Thought Minster was going to get the turnover there, but you know what I mean. You usually don't just stand behind him and go ahead, catch it.
He's a big guy.
He's like,
strong guy.
I'm good here.
Strong player.
To Minster's credit, Johnny Nixon can play that position, I think, and be successful playing behind him.
It also gives him an opportunity to drop somebody else back in front of him, too.
Right, it's very true. Give him some help.
Adi has the basketball out front. He goes inside to Kanapke. Turnaround jumper, in and out. Got a foul.
And Marion's been getting some good opportunities on the second shot. Oh, and that foul went against Johnny Nixon. I did not think that's who it was going to be against. That is his second.
I saw the expression on Johnny Nixon.
And this is a giant change. So you go from a senior center in Nixon to a freshman in Ian Holman. So that's a big change there in the paint for them. Now you're back to the bucket is not going to work. And you see the immediate effect right there by Peyton Otter scoring.
Yeah, Peyton Otter, good, strong player, puts it up, takes advantage, and Flyers find themselves down 7-6.
And Holman's a good-sized kid for a freshman, but Jack Kanapke's a monster. You know what I mean? It's just a really tough matchup as he goes right at him to try to get that bucket. That's just going to be a tough matchup on both ends for Minster while Nixon is out.
Adi with the basketball back to Ronnebaum. Tries to sneak inside the lane. He's going to be fouled by Wellman.
They're calling offensive, I think, here.
Oh, my.
Yeah, the top official. He's going to call Brady Ronnebaum. Well, he wraps his arm. I think that's the only justification he has is he wrapped his arm around the shoulder of Wellman there. So
tried to slip inside.
Yeah, he basically shoved Wellman behind him. So not disagreeing to that call. It's kind of one of those. It probably could have went either way, but
it's the contact though that he made initially before he wrapped it. That's
very
what
true.
I would say. But Wellman inside, back out to Holman. And Minster will reset. On the baseline goes Steffi. He'll lose the basketball put up by, I believe that was Holman.
It was.
And a foul on the rebound. I had a game earlier, and they started both Nixon and Holman inside with with two big men inside. And that was against Jackson Center. And they gave Jackson Center another very, very good team. All they could handle over on the Jackson Center home floor.
That foul went against Niemeyer. That was his first and the fourth team foul for Minster.
Adi inside Kanapke, turnaround up and in.
There's the difference right there. He was 2 feet from the basket. He's not going to push Nixon way underneath like that, and Holman just is going to have a hard time keeping Kanapke that far away.
8-7, Marion local with the lead on the First National Bank.
Having said that, Minster's only down 1. So
yes. And we're coming into the final seconds, 15 seconds to go, opening quarter basketball. Minster can regain the lead. Wepker looks inside. It'll get back over to the wing, and Wellman shot no good at the buzzer. First quarter is history. Our score, the Marion local Flyers 8, the Minster Wildcats 7. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our New Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching careers at Crown.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
Good first quarter basketball for the Minster Wildcats. They're down by a point, but I guess as we move on into the second quarter, the big question is Johnny Nixon has 2 fouls.
Yeah.
So how long do you hold him out?
Yeah, I think it depends on what your team does here. Minster got a couple nice buckets in that first quarter, and the tempo is perfect for them. Even though I know Marion likes to play slow also, it really helps Minster too. They can run a lot of stuff in the half court. If they can get some open shots for Wellman and
right there,
Niemeyer, great look inside for him, and they get some buckets like that, I don't think you get too excited about getting Nixon back in. You know, the good thing is their defense is, Minster's defense has played well enough to obviously keep them in the ball game, and that was a great set there that last time by Niemeyer.
Yeah, Niemeyer is a freshman. He's come a long ways. I'm sure that Coach Michael McClurg would say that from the beginning of the season till now. Flyers trying to get the offense going. Ronnebaum back out to Hess. Hess will put it on the floor. Adi. He wants to go inside. Short jumper, left-handed. Shot off the iron, no good. Scrap for the rebound, and Holman and number 12, Tate Hess, locked up, and possession arrow will favor the Flyers.
Yeah. That's the thing that's been hard for Minster so far, is whether, and Nixon came back in the ball game, by the way, just now, and whether they've had the ball or not, Marion or Nixon has been in the game or not, Marion has gotten multiple second opportunities as they missed the three-pointer there.
Mesher off target on the 3, and Minster is going to be patient and run their offense. Dixon will have it, top of the arc.
Honestly, I was a little surprised to see him bring him back in already. You know, you have a 1-point lead.
Boy, that's a good open look by Niemeyer, and it didn't go. Need a couple of those shots to get the crowd into this one. Rebound Nixon after the Flyer miss.
Yeah, I figured Coach McClurg would leave Nixon out. You know, they're up 1 yet. You know what I mean? Your team's in a pretty decent spot. But obviously you don't want to leave him on the bench either.
Zach Fortman, number 0, a senior, into the lineup for Minster. Ball will go off the hands of Steffi.
I think that was our first turnover of the ball game.
9-8 our score. That's a well played.
Yeah, I don't think there were any turnovers in that first quarter.
Ronnebaum, top of the key. He'll go in, try to go inside. Wellman will cut him off. Almost loses the basketball right in front of the Minster bench. Tipped out of bounds and off Austin Wellman. Tate Hess will toss it in. Mesher back over to Ronnebaum. Feeds Kanapke. Boy, there could have been the 3rd foul on Nixon.
Absolutely, and probably should have been. But
and the Marion local fans are
they're letting them know about it.
Letting them know that that should have been number 3. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but Minster's got the basketball and a 1-point lead.
And still just 2 Johnny Nixon fouls.
Wellman back over to Nixon. Fortman has it. Hess on him. He goes down. That's going to be a travel. Devin Webker will come back into the lineup as Niemeyer will rotate out. Noah Papari will come in, number 4, a junior, for the first time here tonight with 5:24 to go in the quarter. Ronnebaum brings it up court slowly across the timeline. He goes to the left side in front of the Minster student body. He'll go to the move to the bucket and draw the foul.
And Wellman's done a pretty good job going against Ronenbaum so far, but a nice strong move there will send Ronenbaum to the free throw line for 2.
Foul will go against Austin Wellman as you see the replays, brought to you by Winners Quality Meats. Ronenbaum, a 77% free throw shooter. It's nothing but the bottom of the net.
And perimeter-wise, you feel like he's like one of their big key functions, right? When he's playing well, this spark of this whole team goes. You get a good shot at Ronenbaum right there at the free throw line. They really feed off of him. He knocks down an outside jumper, a three-pointer. That's his first 2 points of the ball game. So like I said, credit Austin Wellman. He's done a good job at keeping him at bay up to this point. And that's a big part, I think, to why they're only down 1 point at 10-9.
Yeah, Ronenbaum, he has a quiet 9.5 points, which in the Marion local offense, that's quite a, that's a pretty good chunk of offense. Marion local will have the basketball as James Niemeyer will return to the lineup for Minster, as Papari will go out. Clock counting down as you can see it on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 4:45 to go. First half of basketball. 10-9, Marion local with the lead. Ronenbaum left side, Adi. Ronenbaum sneaks inside. The ball will go to the corner and Kanapke. Adi back out front to Ronenbaum. Ronenbaum guarded closely there by Webker. He'll bring it back out. Left side it goes to Mesher. Flyers will be patient, as they always are, Greg.
Yeah, no doubt.
Inside the lane, Hess's shot no good, and Nixon has it, but Adi will steal it. And it's going to be a possession arrow, and make that Tate Hess. Let's see, did they get the timeout?
I thought they called a jump ball, but I could be mistaken.
I think they got the timeout. So 3:59 to go, a 30-second timeout. Keep it right here. It's 10-9 is our score. As you can see, the Minster bench. I'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school basketball tournament action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Sunday, March 6th at 7 p.m. and Monday, March 7th at 5 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports after both the teams have finished their tournament run. Also like to remind you that Precision Strip brings us this timeout. All sponsorships in tonight's contest between Minster and Marion local brought to you by the folks at Precision Strip. Inbounds pass, it goes to Kanapke. He'll come right back to Hess. Ball's on the floor. Minster's going to have it. In trouble. Papari back into the lineup. He'll push it back out, and here comes Steffi across the timeline. Freshman looks inside. Nixon coasts to the baseline. They'll bring it back out and around. Niemeyer. Minster with the basketball. There's Steffi. In the corner. Wepker's shot no good. Tipped back in. Nice effort by Adi. Flyers going to break. Tate Hess. He'll pull it back up. Over to Adi. Into Kanapke. Kanapke turnaround. Shot no good. Rebound Johnny Nixon.
A couple feet makes a big difference, and Nixon can push him out on that block a little more. Still a good shot by Kanapke, but contested nicely by Nixon.
Papari goes inside. Ball tipped away there by Tate Hess.
But at this end, Marion's defense, the coach wanted him to play great. They're pretty darn good on the defensive side, and Minster has had a hard time getting in. They did get a good shot last time, an open three for Webker, just couldn't get it to go. But you mentioned both these offenses pretty patient on the offensive side, trying to run through their sets and get a mismatch or an open shot.
Brogan Steffi. Kanapke on him, back over to Papari, back out to Steffi. Steffi at the top of the arc, 15-footer, Brogan Steffi. Tell you, the freshman doesn't miss too many of those shots.
Yeah, and very mature in his shot selection. Doesn't force it, waiting for a little bit of an opening there. Not in love with the three-pointer like a lot of the kids are. Love that little inside the foul line area jumper.
Adi puts it up, but he traveled first.
And give him credit down here, too, because Adi is a tough matchup. He's a solid kid. He's not that tall, but he's very aggressive in the paint. And I was just going to say, looking for him to get a couple buckets for Marion as well, but instead turns that one over.
Flyers have such great balance, you know, throughout that lineup. Kanapke, of course, inside 11.5 points, but Adi chips in 6 points per game. So,
right, and then Ronnebaum, as you mentioned, with almost 10.
And they're going to call the turnover.
That was interesting as well, because the officials clear on this side of the court called it. The one that was standing right beside him, probably the right call. I'm not saying that. It's just odd that he was clear on the other side and called the call. But yeah, a little too much dribbling there by the freshman. Good defense there by Marion Local.
And the turnover means Marion Local can have an opportunity to take the lead. They go right into Kanapke, back over to Niekamp, who just came into the game. Austin Niekamp, 6'7" freshman, into the lineup for Marion Local.
And Nixon checked out there during that last possession as well to bring back in Ian Homan for Minster.
You put both Niekamp and Kanapke in the lineup with that height, and it's tough. Kanapke up and in. Missed the first shot, got his own rebound and puts the follow-up in, and Marion Local has a 12-11 lead.
Yeah, interesting that he put those two in right after Nixon went out, taking good advantage of the size, as you mentioned, Marion Local.
Wepker, he'll handle the basketball, back over to Niemeyer. Niemeyer wants to go into the lane on Kanapke. Shot doesn't go. Kanapke, he's just a beast on the boards, isn't he?
Tough to handle down there in the paint. Does a nice job on the glass.
Good position, so strong, decent hands. Out front it comes to Ronnebaum. He'll scoot into the lane with the layup. And Brady Ronnebaum.
You can see that one coming before it even happened, and that's what happens when you got a big guy that can take up a lot of paint space. It opens it up for your guards like Ronnebaum to sneak down there in the lane and get an easy bucket. So big possession here for Minster. The lead's gotten up to 3. They don't want to get this Marion team ahead of them at all, because Minster just doesn't have like a giantly explosive offense, wanting to keep them close.
And there's the tie.
It's a big answer, Noah Papari.
Papari with the big 3. Kanapke's shot no good. Niemeyer battling it. It comes back to Marion Local. Ball tipped away. Kanapke at 3 seconds, up and in by the freshman Niekamp as time runs out in the first half. And Minster coach Michael McClurg talking very closely to the officials, but it's going to count, and we go to the locker room. We've got a good one here on NKTelco Sports. Our score, Marion Local 16, Minster 14. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? Nidec Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. Nidec is a global company that is growing with its sights on being $1 billion company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at Nidec Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with Nidec.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it. And online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Allglaze and Sydney Audiology are committed to providing the most advanced and affordable hearing care solutions.
Did you know that more and more insurances are offering coverage for hearing aids and that we are the most comprehensive provider in the area?
Because we want to serve all in our community, we partner with agencies such as Medicaid, OOD, Sertoma, and most recently the VA, helping our veterans find local solutions to their problems.
Don't leave unused benefits on the table this year. Call us today to see if you qualify.
Back here at the Palace in Coldwater, sectional finals action, Minster and Marion Local. And Minster giving all that Marion Local can handle here in the first half of play. It's 16-14. Second putback gives Marion Local the lead. Let's take a look at those first half numbers, all brought to you by the folks at Wagner's IGA.
It really was, like you said, a very good played half by both teams. You can see the shooting pretty even there. Minster got a couple threes in there that helped them a lot. Marion only gets 2 free throws. You see that fourth stat at the bottom there, rebounds, and we talked about it earlier. A lot of second chances there by Marion Local, out rebounding them by 6 in that half. Turnovers, not a giant margin there, 5-3. So not a great opportunity. Nixon got a couple early fouls early in that first quarter. Minster did a pretty good job of keeping Marion at bay. It'll be interesting to see if they go with the second big in the second half and bring in Austin Niekamp, but that makes Marion a lot bigger when you have Niekamp and Kanapke on the floor together. That's a lot of size that Minster really can't do a whole lot about. Johnny Nixon's really the only other big that they got to put out there beside him, but if you're Minster, you like that half, you're pretty happy, you're just down 2. They're going to have to hit a couple more threes to stay in this ball game, I think, with Marion. And I think on the other side, you're going to see Marion really pounded inside here in the second half. Expect to see Ronnebaum get a little more aggressive as well, I think, the guard for Marion Local.
Yeah, Minster needs to have a few of those threes they had against Ridgemont. This pace of this game is just like a 360 from the first one we watched tonight, St. Henry and New Bremen.
You can absorb this game.
Yeah, the other one I'm not sure what we did with, but it was a good one.
It was a very good game.
It was very good. Minster with the basketball. They trail by 2 points. Thanks for joining us here on NKTelco Sports. Great high school basketball. Nixon tries to work inside. He tries to save it, but Adi will come up with it. Hess back over to Mesher. Mesher will score. Oh my, that ball went the length of the court, Greg, without touching the floor.
That felt like the other game again.
That did. And there's a turnover by Steffi in the backcourt.
Boy, and you don't see that call very often. I'm pretty sure he called palming.
They did call palming. I
didn't think that existed in the rule book anymore, because I don't know that I've seen that called one single time. This is at least my 23rd or 24th game that I've been with NKTelco.
That's the first.
And that's the first one I've seen called. Not to say it shouldn't be. I totally agree, but it does not get called much at all anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty rare when that one gets called, and it got called there. Kanapke, Jack Kanapke, turnaround shot, and suddenly it's a 6-point Marion Local lead.
I think Nixon took a little bit of a shot on that last play, and a good feed inside by Marion Local. We talked about it just a minute ago. It's like right on cue. Ronnebaum got the steal, Kanapke got the bucket. 2 big possessions in a row by Marion Local, and they now have a 6-point advantage. See if Minster can answer.
Looking for their first points of the second half. And we're 2 minutes into it. Nixon back out to Wellman. Wellman inside the free throw line. Off balance shot, no good. Nixon will get the rebound. Short jumper, no good there by Wepker. And Marion Local will grab the rebound. Inside Kanapke, back out Hess. Hess back to Kanapke. and in.
Yeah, and you see Johnny Nixon playing a little, what's the word, on the defensive there. Like he just stood back and let Kanapke go to work there. And if you're going to let him just shoot, he's going to score all day long inside the paint. Leads to a Minster timeout.
We got a timeout, 6:11 to go in the third quarter. Our score, the Marion Local Flyers 22, the Minster Wildcats 14. You are watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Our timeouts here tonight all brought to you by Precision Strip. Minster forced into taking that timeout as really game was tied at the end of the, or near the end of the first half at 14. Flyers are on an 8-0 run here, and Wildcats need to respond.
And not only an 8-0 run, but 8-0 run at the bucket. You know, they get a layup on one end. You get 2-point blank shots by Kanapke, and everything's right at the rim. You can't just give up 6 easy buckets, points like that, for Marion Local. You got to make them work. That's what Minster did a good job of in the first half. And now they got 3 easy ones here to start the second half, third quarter.
Steffi will have it. Adi will guard him. Nixon at the free throw line. He'll try to work on Kanapke. Webker's shot is good.
Nice looking stroke there by Devin Webker. Big bucket for Minster.
Webker really coming along here in the last few games of this season. Inside it goes to Adi. It doesn't fall. Nixon will have the rebound. Steffi brings it up court. Nixon has Kanapke out front with him. Wellman over on the left side. Kanapke and Nixon just.
Yeah, and you see a big adjustment by Minster already. They're bringing Nixon a lot farther out of the paint to try to pull Kanapke out of the lane here. And right there is a great example. Nixon barely caught the ball outside the foul line area in the first half. Great feed to Webker. They're pulling Kanapke. It's a great adjustment away from the basket to open those lanes, and it showed and paid off right there for Devin Webker.
And Webker with the easy bucket. He's got 7 tonight. Out front it comes. Minster cuts the lead to 4 points. Mesher, shot no good. Rebound comes down to Brogan Steffi. Up court, Webker back over to Niemeyer. Niemeyer goes to the baseline. Ronnebaum's going to cut him off, but I think Hess may have stepped out of, had the ball and stepped out of bounds, perhaps.
Perhaps. That is the.
What do you want to call it? That one I thought was a foul.
Triangle down there tonight, I think, because that's the same spot in the first game. We had a weird call like that. Where there should either been a foul or something, because the other team had the ball and they called it out of bounds. But regardless, it's Minster basketball. That's the only one we should see there, because there was only one in the other game too, so it should be fine.
I was going to say a foul on, and it didn't happen.
It's like out of bounds. I'm like, what? Nobody's out of bounds.
How could he be out of bounds? Back out front. Into the lane comes Webker. He'll dump it off to Niemeyer. Niemeyer will try to get it back out to Wellman. There's going to be a reach by Adi, much to the delight of the Minster fans.
Yeah, fortunate for Minster there, because that offensive possession was not going very well. That was the first foul by Peyton Adi, just the first team foul against Marion.
Chris Harding's a senior, 6'4" senior, will come in and give Jack Kanapke a breather. Said Harding's not quite as tall, but definitely a physical player. Back out, Wellman's open. Good look at it, doesn't go. Rebound Mesher. Hess across the timeline, looks to his left. He'll find Hudson Rose, who's into the lineup. Clock at 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Shot no good by Hardings. Rose shot no good. Hess puts it up and in. Tate Hess, rebound shot. He's got 4 in the night. 6-point Marion local lead. Nixon. Back over to Webker. Webker goes to the right side, tries to make the move inside. It's going to go out of bounds. And Minster will maintain it. Ronnebaum, Kanapke. They'll all come back in. Hardings and Oddie will come out. Inbounds pass to Niemeyer. Niemeyer gets it to Nixon. There's Wellman. He'll shoot the 3. Got it. Austin Wellman, the 6-foot senior, knocks it home. And Minster down by 3 against Marion local on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
We mentioned they made 14 threes just a couple of nights ago here in this building. And Wellman right back on cue, and a good defensive stop there for Minster.
Up court quickly. Here comes Steffi. Takes the ball in, but Wellman comes up with it. Nixon will have it now. Steffi to the baseline. He's going to be fouled, I believe. I almost said he's in the Bermuda Triangle. We've lost him.
He's lost him.
He's never going to come back out again.
That foul was against Brady Ronnebaum, his second. Just the team's second.
Inbounds pass to Niemeyer. Mesher on him all the way back over to Nixon. Webker. He's open for the 3. Got it. We're tied. Hey, who invited Minster to the party?
No, they brought the 3-point shot again. And
oh,
it's like
man.
They're not planning on going away, I don't think.
We are tied at 24 on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Nothing like a little hot shooting to put you back in it. Rose, he counters. Hudson Rose. You can count it, and it's 27-24, his first basket of the night.
It's funny how a 3-pointer can get the other team kind of, we can shoot those. No big deal.
Webker out front. Ronnebaum almost came away with it. Back over to Wellman. Back now to Webker. Clock is at 1:15 inside Nixon. Pulls up, gets it to Wellman. He'll hit the baseline, and Austin Wellman he's on fire. He's got 5.
Putting together a nice quarter as Wellman. Confidence is definitely not lacking for his stroke right now. The Minster Wildcat team shooting the ball pretty good here at the latter part of this third quarter.
Wellman had 15 against Ridgemont, and he's got 5 now as we go into the final minute of the third quarter. 1-point lead for Marion local. Sectional finals from the Palace and Coldwater. Winner moves on to the district. Marion local will just hold the basketball. Steffi will come out on Oddie. Oddie over to Rose. Back to Oddie. Ronnebaum. Wellman on him. 20 seconds. Wildcats go for the double team. Back over to Mesher. Ronnebaum. He's going to try to go inside. Left-handed shot doesn't go. Rebound no good. Kanapke picked up. 3 seconds left at the buzzer. Niemeyer's shot is out of bounds. And that's the way we're going to end it. Our score. Third quarter action complete. Marion local 27, the Minster Wildcats 26. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a new career with amazing growth potential? Nidec Press and Automation is hiring for many positions right now. Nidec is a global company that is growing with its sights on being a billion-dollar company. Machinists, service technicians, human resource personnel, IT specialists, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. The opportunities abound at Nidec Press and Automation. Go to minsterjobs.com now to get started on your new career with Nidec.
We've got a 1-point contest. Minster trails by 1. The Wildcats with only 6 wins on the season, up against down the road rival Marion Local with 19 wins. And the path to Wapakoneta is not going to be easy for the higher seed.
No, it is not. It's already had one knocked off here tonight at the higher seed, and Minster trying to add to that list. They've played very well up to this point. We got 1 quarter left to go here to decide who gets to go on to the districts to play against St. Henry Redskins.
Marion Local with the basketball. They'll toss it away. That's a turnover. Now Minster can take the lead as we come into the 7-minute mark of tonight's game. Niemeyer back over to Wellman. Webker goes to the basket. Nixon will have it out front. Webker. There's Nixon. Minster has the lead with 7.5 minutes to go. 28-27. Wildcats climb out in front by a point.
That was great awareness by Devin Webker to see that Kanapke stayed there to double team him on that roll, and he identified it right away and fired the ball to Nixon for the easy bucket.
Mesher back over to Hess. Trying to get Ronnebaum free. He's just buried up inside. He'll go to the corner as Adi will get him the basketball. Wellman doing a great job on Ronnebaum. Back out front, Hess into the lane he goes, dumps it off to Kanapke, and Marion Local will regain the lead.
That possession looked like it was going nowhere.
That's right,
like he just kind of stuck that ball in Kanapke's stomach and said, here, score this inside here, and he did.
29-28, 1 point, Marion Local lead. Nixon in the corner with Kanapke on him. Into the lane goes Steffi. Back over to Nixon. He's going to take it inside. Nice shot. Johnny Nixon puts Minster back into the lead.
8 points now for Nixon. You know how it goes for the underdog. Every possession you let them stay closer is the more confidence they're going to have.
And you can see it growing for the Wildcats. Kanapke over on the right side. Back out front to Adi. Tate Hess is going to go to the baseline. Short jumper, no good. Blocked by Nixon. It's going to be a jump ball.
Which will be a turnover because it'll give it back to Minster.
Possession arrow will favor the Wildcats. Take a look at this one more time on our winners quality meets.
A good help by Nixon. He knew right away he got the tie up.
Webker will bring it across the timeline slowly. Nixon out front. Ball on the floor, but Webker will pick it up. Nixon. Wellman. Ronnebaum trying to bother Wellman. Webker back out to Steffi, or rather Niemeyer. Niemeyer wants to go inside. Back out to Webker. They try to get the double team. Minster can handle the basketball here. They've got a 1-point lead. Webker, he's going to lose it. Up court, there's a double dribble. No one saw it. Ronnebaum misses, puts it back up and in. That's a double dribble right at the timeline.
For sure. I think
Minster coach Michael McClure is going to let him know about it. Let's see it. Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
It's like the palm of the ball. You don't see that one either. That's a 30-second timeout. In fact, I thought it might have been an optical illusion, but that's a turnover. And I'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors always happy to bring you replays of high school basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can watch that double dribble over again on Sunday, March the 6th at 7 p.m.
It'll look the same.
And it'll look the same. And Monday, March the 7th at 5 p.m. You also can watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports after both teams have finished their tournament run.
That's why we love sports, right? It's perfect and imperfect all at the same time.
Timeouts tonight, all brought to you by Precision Strip. And Minster will have the basketball in front of their student section here tonight. 4:59 to go, Greg. What do you think?
I think we got a really good ball game. Both these teams have played solid. Give Minster credit, hanging in there thus far. Like you said, the confidence is growing. They get some open shots, I'd be worried. That's been their Achilles heel, I think, for the ball game. Is they ball handling wise, they're a little loose with the handle. Lucky to get that one back.
They'll inbound it underneath their own basket. Trailing by a point. Webker back over to Nixon. Nixon to Austin Wellman. Nixon will have it again. He's going to try and go inside. He'll pull it back up. Webker in and out. You only shoot that shot, Greg, when you think you're feeling it.
That's right.
Man, that was way out there. It was close, too. In and out. That would go against Wellman.
Yep, his second.
One-point Marion local lead. Flyers. Adi with it.
That's illegal. I was just going to say, that was easy. Ronenbaum went underneath the bucket and wrapped up Nixon to try to get a back screen for Kanapke and did it right in front of the official. Official saw, I was watching it too. It was an odd play, but easy call there, an offensive foul. That's Ronenbaum's third.
4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Minster with the basketball. They trail Marion local by a point. Brogan Steffi, the fine freshman guard for the Wildcats, over to the right side. And Webker. Webker back over to Nixon. Top of the key. Wellman runs inside. Steffi's over in the wing. That's who's trying. They're trying to get the ball, and Adi will tip it.
I'm not so sure why they were so intent on that. You know, he clearly was being defended very well by Adi. Great job, Adi gets the turnover, but he wasn't getting open. So why not want to use one of your other teammates to get the ball and reset it? But
yeah, Adi tipped it and it went off Steffi. So it goes out of bounds, and inside it goes to Kanapke. Ronenbaum way off balance. Adi somehow will get the basketball.
Now we're getting a little friendly inside. We're going to have a jump ball called there after all that.
Let's take a look at this one again, Greg.
Hopefully cooler heads will prevail here as we'll tie up underneath and Wellman just muscled it down.
He says it's my ball.
Yeah, he really just had his hands on the ball the same way. So tie up keeps it with Marion local.
Ronenbaum for three, got it. Brady Ronenbaum makes it a 4-point Marion local lead.
I talked about it earlier. I thought that's what we were going to see. You know, he usually gets really involved. You can see him. He's getting fired up. He's really a spark plug for that Marion team, defensively and offensively, once he gets going. But see if Minster can answer.
Webker. Well, it was funny because there's not usually a lot of emotion shown by Ronenbaum, and a lot of emotion was shown after he hit that shot. That little Adi Wellman rebound has kind of fired up everyone here tonight. 2:56 to go. Hess. Steffi goes for the steal, but it's going to come back around to Adi. Ronenbaum out front, Wellman on him. Left side to Tate Hess, inside to Kanapke. That's right where they want it. Big man with a move.
And a great
drop
step move in the lane. You don't teach it any better than that. He's got 14 now, and a big bucket there gives Marion local a 6-point edge. I believe that's the biggest of the night.
Webker, he'll put it up and in, and Minster
not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere.
That's a great shot. 4. That's a heck of an answer by Webker. He has 12. The tough part is you got 2-something going here, and Marion's going to definitely try to run some time.
2 minutes, 15 seconds to go in this one. Full timeout, so we'll take a break. Our score, Marion local 36, Minster 32. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Clopay Corporation, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road Class A CDL driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package as an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopay.com/careers.
Marion Local takes the timeout with a 4-point lead and the basketball. So I think we're going to see Marion Local become even more patient.
Yeah, for sure. I mentioned it right before the break, is that this is going to be tough on Minster here because Marion's very good with the ball. They're very good at running time. And then they're going to spread you out and try to get a look. If I was a betting man, I would say they're going to spread out and try to get a good matchup inside for Kanapke, just like they did on the last possession. Beautiful drop step and score. So for Minster, they're going to have to really match up here, maybe double. It's a little risky to do, but if you get it the right place, maybe they're going to give it out top.
Yeah, right there.
That's
going
a
to
good
do it.
place. Ooh, a little late. That was the place for it.
Just missed the steal, but the Flyers will survive on this possession and set it back up. Minster had a couple of great opportunities there, just couldn't quite come up with a steal, and there's going to be a foul on Niemeyer.
Especially that far in the backcourt. That was a little bit of a mistake on Marion's part. They're lucky that they didn't get it trapped out there on the other side of the half-court line.
Yeah, suddenly you had the time and a lot of room to try and come up with that turnover. Tate Hess will toss it in. Ronnebaum cuts in front of him. It comes back into Kanapke. Back to Hess. Up and into the air as I think that was Niemeyer. Yeah, James Niemeyer went up in the air. Let's take a look at that one again on our Winners Quality Meets replay.
And Niemeyer quickly has 4 fouls as Hess will go to the free throw line.
Big free throws for Tate Hess. 65% free throw shooter, and he'll put the Flyers into a 5-point lead. Second free throw also good. 6 points. The difference in this one. Winner moves on to the district tournament at Wapakoneta. Webker. Back over to Nixon.
Minster got to get going here, using some time they're going to need. They're down to a minute and a half left in the ball game.
Inside goes Webker, no good. Nixon puts it up and draws the foul. Nixon got the rebound. And Johnny Nixon will step to the free throw line.
Foul's on Mesher.
He'll miss the first. Second free throw rolls home.
I think that's the first set of free throws Minster shot this whole ball game. Can't recall them going to the free throw line one time.
And there's a foul in the backcourt. That'll go against Brogan Steffi.
And not a bad foul because they're still only at 4 fouls. So if you're going to be able to make this a free throw match here down the stretch to get your team back in the ball game.
Both teams have 4.
That's just
fouls.
Just the first foul against Brogan Steffi. So if you're Minster, you can be a little chancy here. You don't have to reach in right away. And Marion takes the timeout.
Marion Local will take the timeout. 1:14 to play in this one. So it's a 5-point lead for Marion Local as they have possession of the basketball. As you see the Flyers there. All timeouts, of course, brought to you by Precision Strips. And replays of tonight's game here on NKTelco Sports, or on NKTelco Channel 3, or in HD on Channel 503. Sunday, March 6th at 7 p.m. and Monday, March 7th at 5 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports after both teams have finished their tournament run. Thanks for joining us here on NKTelco Sports. Boy, just some great high school basketball here tonight. We had St. Henry and New Bremen. Redskins will move on to the district. And tonight, Marion Local trying to hold off Minster. 5-point difference for the Flyers. They're up with 1:14 to go.
Yeah, if you're Minster right here, I think you try to obviously get a steal in the out-of-bounds play. But if you get Marion throwing it in the backcourt like they did before, be ready to make a quick double team. That's a great place to do it, to try to trap real quick and then intercept that next pass. But nothing's going to be easy here for Minster to do that.
Inbound to Mesher, back to Hess. Hess goes inside looking for Kanapke. He's got it. In trouble.
Wow.
They'll have to clear out. Boy, it could have called 3 seconds.
Lucky it didn't go out of bounds.
Or lucky it didn't go out of bounds, yeah. You get trapped underneath the basket like that.
That's right.
That's tough.
The foul was against Webker, his second. The 15th foul now against Minster.
Hess will get it into Ronnebaum, who is fouled immediately.
Second foul by Brogan Steffi. So that'll put him at 6. So the next foul will put him into bonus. Minute 3 to go.
Tate Hess into Ronnebaum. Double teamed.
See, now that's the tough one.
Yeah, right there, I don't get that one either.
I don't either. You got him in a perfect spot. His back is turned to the ball. He's not in any way looking to do anything other than hold. So just stand there and trap him for 5 seconds.
Do you think there was a foul there?
Well,
you think the official just calls it because there's supposed to be a foul there?
Probably. The second one.
He had him trapped. I mean, they would have had to use the timeout. I mean, they had that, you know, the out of bounds line is right there, and they were in trouble.
Right.
But Minster gets the ball back. Steffi.
If you hit a 3 here,
inside.
The ball game.
Nixon,
More that.
layup. Timeout Minster. That makes it 38-35. Nixon's, he's got 11 points, and we'll keep it right here. All timeouts as always. Brought to you by Precision Strip. There you see the Minster Wildcats.
But you're right. That's the hard part when you get behind, right? And I always say you got to be looking for a steal, but everybody wants to slap the ball away anymore. As soon as you slap, they're for sure going to call a foul. Like that last possession they had on the sideline, they didn't have to reach at all. Ronnebaum was not looking. He was just standing there. So just crowd him in and put your hands up. And I think they could have got a 5-second call pretty quick. But at either rate,
yep.
Now you're going to be in the same situation. Now you need to get a good stop here or a steal. Where you get that to happen, the game changes real quick. If you don't get that, then you want to foul right away, I think, if you're Minster. Put them back at the free throw line. Make them make some free throws and try to extend this game.
Hess will inbound it. They're going to go long to Adi. There it is. Easy bucket. Hess to Adi. Completed pass, and Marion Local has a 5-point lead.
Yeah, heads up play by Marion Local.
And Steffi will lose it. Not sure what happened there, but Steffi trying to go into the lane and make a shot, but foul will be on the Wildcats.
That's going to go against Webker. That's his 4th. The only shot you got here if you're Minster is you got to hope that he misses this first 1-and-1 and keeps this lead at 5 points.
And nothing but net. Jaden Mesher, 70% free throw shooter on the season. Junior's second toss is nothing but net. It's a 7-point Marion. It's the largest lead of the night, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. Inside the lane comes Webker, up and in. I'll tell you, Devin Webker has had a great game.
He has. He now has 14.
It's a 5-point difference, and it's with 19.9 seconds left. Again, timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. There you see the Marion Local bench. They'll talk the final strategy here with a 5-point lead. And boy, when you take a look at this one, Minster really has played very well here tonight. It gives it, with the number of young underclassmen that you have and the freshmen that they have, it certainly bodes well for next season.
Yeah, definitely the hard one for them is you lose your big guy, Johnny Nixon, and obviously a nice player. But like you said, a lot of young freshmen, juniors, sophomores, they have a pretty good blend. And from what you're seeing right here, they should come back with some solid shooters as well.
Of course, Devin Webker's only a junior. I was thinking he was a senior, but he's only a junior. and he may be coming into his own as he moves into his senior season. And for Marion Local, you look at the board. Big number 33's got those 14 points, and
yeah, and then big number 23 that's only a freshman as well. So they bring back two big guys, like every year.
Yeah, like every year, yeah.
Especially this next year, that are both going to just be sophomores and juniors. So both teams will have nice squads again next year.
And there's a whistle, and the clock will stop with 18.8 seconds.
Foul one against Wellman. That's his third. That's going to send Brady Ronenbaum to the free throw line. I believe that's the last 1-and-1.
So if tonight's score holds true here in the final 18 seconds, and Ronenbaum can connect, he misses it.
Oh, and he might have saved him there, because I think that might have been out on Minster. It looked like Nixon might have tipped it, but there's a break there for Minster as they're going to get the ball here off of Ronenbaum's missed free throw.
It's just close enough. 5 points.
Yeah,
Wildcats
need a quick bucket.
Need inbound at Steffi. It's coming up court.
I was going to say, I wouldn't foul like that. You say, if you're Marion, you can foul, but not like that. Don't be wrapping somebody up. That's a good way to get an intentional. They've only got 4 or 5 fouls, so they're trying to burn some time here.
So the inbounds pass, Wildcats will do it as Steffi will inbound it. Nixon and Niemeyer.
Yeah, I would expect them to do the same thing again. If you're Minster, you'd like to get a 3 off that out of bounds. There it was.
Shot partially blocked by Mescher. Niemeyer back over to Webker. Second shot partially blocked by Hess, and it's going to be a foul, and I think that one's going to seal it. 3.7 seconds. It's going to make it a 5-point difference in this one. So,
yeah, Coach talked about playing good defense. Well, he got it on that last possession. 2 big block shots, both in threes. And a knockdown free throw there by Jaden Mescher is going to all but seal it, as you mentioned. And a good job there by McClure getting his seniors off the court. Great job, and congratulations to them. As Austin Wellman and Johnny Nixon check out, and all the seniors for the Marion Local Flyers as well.
Big nights from those two guys, too. The two seniors in the lineup, and Webker, or rather
Wellman and
Nixon. And Mescher connects. Carter Jones, number 3, sophomore, will come into the lineup for the Flyers as they've made a host of substitutes, and that's going to be it. Final score here from Coldwater. Marion Local 44, the Minster Wildcats 37. We'll be back with our Wagner's IGA recap. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Wagner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen.
Thank you for your patience as we construct a new fiber broadband service in your area. We know that along with this process comes disruption in the easements and right-of-way areas, and we are restoring most areas as we complete them. A few areas will have some utility work installed, so we need to wait for the work to be completed before the lawns can be repaired. We're very close to having the fiber or coax drops cleaned up and replaced with fiber optic drops. Hang in there just a little longer, and we'll have a majority of the new fiber system installed.
Lift your career to new heights with Crown, an innovative global leader in the material handling industry with over a 75-year history of growth and success. We're seeking career-minded candidates for a wide variety of entry-level and skilled positions in our new Bremen, New Knoxville, Salina, Minster, and other U.S. locations. Visit crown.jobs to apply or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
Win number 20 for the Marion local Flyers was a tough task as they had to battle MAC rival Minster. They come away with the victory, but only by 44-37 count. So tough win for the Flyers, but they move on. They'll play St. Henry 14-10 at Wapakoneta on March 1st at the 5:30 game. So let's take a look at our numbers here on the Wagner's IGA scoreboard. Our stats and our recap brought to you by the folks at Wagner's.
And both teams pretty similar shooting wise. Minster got a couple more shots at the 3-point line made, I should say. The free throws, a big discrepancy there. You see 8 for 10 by Marion local and 28 rebounds. But just looking at the stats, you can tell it was a solid game. Minster played very well. They came off of that good Ridgemont win and battled all night long here. Really down the stretch is where it really changed. Marion was able to knock down a couple free throws, got a couple real nice buckets inside to Kanapke at the end, and we're just able to execute and play a good team defense down the stretch to finish it out.
Yeah, you thought Minster was in trouble when Marion local started the second half. Right. Had a nice run, but Wildcats bounced back, tied it up, and took them down to the wire before the Flyers finally had to pull away for this 8-point victory.
For sure. Scoring for both teams went like this. For the Minster Wildcats, Austin Wellman 5 points, Noah Papari 3, Brogan Steffi 2, Devin Webker 14, Johnny Nixon 11, James Niemeyer 2 were there 37. For the Marion local Flyers, Brady Ronnebaum had 9, Jaden Mesher 6, Tate Hess 6, Peyton Oddie 4, Austin Niekamp 2, Hudson Rose 3, and Jack Kanapke with 14.
So our stats and our recap all brought to you by Wagner's IJ. We move on to our player of the game tonight, and you just saw him a moment or two ago there, cutting down the net. Big number 33, Jack Kanapke, our player of the game.
Yeah, had a solid performance all the way around. You get a really good shot of him there. Just a sophomore, just keeps improving. It's the little fundamental stuff for him that really make him stand out. I think it was late or early in the fourth quarter. Got a good matchup in the paint against Nixon, who is a solid defender. Did a nice head and shoulder fake to the left and then drop spin on the baseline, and easy bucket. I mean, he made it look easy. That is a practiced method routine. He is executing very well. He's very patient in the paint. He's going to improve, and he's going to be he's already a good ball player. He's going to get even better. Nice ball game. Congratulations to
And our player of the game brought to you by NKTelco as Jack Kanapke. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors here tonight: Crown Equipment Corporation, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sydney All-Glaze Audiology, Precision Strip, Wagner's IGA, and NKTelco. Follow WCSM, AM 1350, 96.7 FM, and their internet-exclusive games on WCSMradio.com all season. Your sports leader in Mercer and all-Glaze counties. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors: 5-Star Recruitment sponsor, Crown Equipment Corporation. MVP sponsors, Clopay and Nidec Minster. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, Keys to the Game, Keyhole Pizza. Replay, Winners Meats, starting lineups. Sydney All-Glaze Audiology, timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Stats and recap sponsor, Wagner's IGA. Player of the game sponsor, NKTelco. Tonight's game will be replayed on NKTelco Sports on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Sunday, March the 6th at 7 p.m. and Monday, March the 7th at 5 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports after both teams have finished their tournament run. I'd like to thank our crew here tonight. Our director, Scott Robinson, the assistant director, Bryce Hamrick. On the cameras, Mark Fissel, Tyler Magato, and Jeff Henchen. I'm Dave Helmstetter. Alongside me tonight, Greg Burning. Final score from the Palace and Coldwater. The Marion Local Flyers move on to the district tournament. Marion Local 44, the Minster Wildcats 37. You are watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sport.